Assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, what is the best way to explain to ignorant people what is the wisdom behind abrogated verses of the Quran? Jazakumullahu khairan.
Wa jazakum. First of all, it is important that we try our level best to introduce Islam as a religion of submission, belief, and conviction. Because when we introduce Islam as logic and something that you can figure it out for yourself, this strips Islam from a great deal of its value, where it shows that you're a believer. When you claim that you obey your father, and Allah has the highest example, of course, or you obey your boss, and whenever he tells you to do something, you ask for justification and to understand and to be convinced. This obedience is not obsolete or absolute. It is not full compliance and obedience, because you had set a condition. Now, Allah has the highest example, of course. We as Muslims, we submit and we believe. And this is exactly why Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, was called As-Siddiq. When people came to him and they said to him, didn't you hear what your friend, referring to the Prophet ﷺ, didn't you hear what he said yesterday? He said that, and he claimed that he traveled from Mecca to Jerusalem and then ascended to the seventh heaven and then came back to Jerusalem and came back to Mecca in less than one night. Abu Bakr said, I believe him. No questions asked. No need to go and verify. Because he believes that the Prophet is a messenger of Allah. And therefore he does not require any further investigation. For us Muslims, we don't use our logic. Why is gold haram for men and not haram for women? Why do men get to marry 4 women while a Muslim woman marries only 1 man? Why is Fajr 2 rak'ahs, Maghrib 3, and the rest of the prayers 4? Why, when there is no water to perform wudu or one is unable to use it, he is instructed to dust his hands, face, and that will be considered as tayammum. So many things. The answer, we may succeed in giving justifications to some, maybe all, but there will always be something that is an issue of total obedience. And this is part of the tests of Allah Azza wa Jal. The Muslims in the early times of Islam used to pray to the direction of Jerusalem, even when they were in Mecca. When they migrated to Medina, Jerusalem was to their north, Mecca was to their south. So they kept on praying to the north until Allah ordered them to shift 180 degrees to Mecca. The disobedient, the hypocrites, the disbelievers said, why was there a change of direction? The Muslims don't know where to pray. Not knowing that that was a test from Allah Azza wa Jal, so that it would be revealed who believes and who doesn't. Likewise, when we come to abrogation of rules, in the beginning of Islam, it is Allah's wisdom and divine will that He may order us at that particular period of time to do something and then abrogate it. Either because it is easier, or because the people are accepting it and are ready to take this ruling, as in the case of intoxicants. In the beginning, Allah Azza wa Jal told them that it is permissible to drink it, but it's not a good thing to do. Then it was abrogated by, you can drink, but must not pray while in the state of intoxication. And finally, they were told, avoid it. Nowadays, we do not use this step by step in abrogation because the deen has been completed. At the time of the Prophet ﷺ, this was possible because the Prophet was there and the revelation was possible. So for a layman, when they ask why, we tell them because this is how Allah wanted it. And we don't know the reason. Why does Allah Azza wa Jal command us, if we want to slaughter sacrifice on the day of Eid, the Udhiyah, that we should refrain from cutting our nails and clipping our nails and cutting our hair? Why? We have not been told the reason and the justification, but we believe, and this is the best approach, and Allah knows.